What's going on, guys? It's Greg Farley from the Wiseguys, and before I jump into this video, I want to remind you this Saturday, Collector's Cash, I'll be hosting the regional with a few other of the Wiseguys. Make sure you are there. Make sure you're either in attendance or you're watching on twitch.tv/collectorscash. Again, that's twitch.tv/collectorscash. But that's enough of me advertising. Shout out to the shameless plugging. Shout out to Wiseguys Clothing. You can always hit me up on Facebook, or hit up the page, or hit up wiseguys.com. In the next 2 weeks it will be done and there will be new clothing out. But without further ado, we're here to talk about floodgates and how they impact the game. Now, so many of us think that floodgates are unhealthy for the game, and for the most part a whole lot of them are. I think I actually agree with that. But I think there's an age-old debate that goes on where a lot of my friends, group of associates, we all kind of have a certain feeling about the floodgates. I'm somewhere in the middle, but I kind of understand both sides. From my perspective, I feel like the issue in the game is that there are simply too many floodgates, and that maybe there should be a middle ground where you either cut it down to one or you add in more outs to those said floodgates. The issue with deck building becomes when floodgates are part of the game and you have to throw in so many resources toward that card, it turns into like a cancerous interaction between you and deck building, because you find yourself having to play Twin Twister, Red Reboot, Hatronade, so on and so forth, whatever answer there is, Typhoon, I could go on and on and on and on and on. What happens is the math begins to throw you off when you have to answer said floodgates. I'm thinking about decks like True Draco. I'm thinking about decks like Subterror. You can play Subterror without doing the floodgates, but it definitely does matter. I think that when we parcel it apart like that, I really feel like the real problem that's somewhere in the middle is that there's too many for not enough answers. So if I went down that list, like I said, the Hatronade, the Harpy's Feather Duster, throw as many as you can in the comments, Red Reboot, there's just not gonna match up to the amount of floodgates that we have to deal with. The amount of floodgates, I'm talking about summon limit, there can only be one, rivalry of the Warlords, goes in match, going back as far as Gravity Bind, those are floodgates. I'm thinking about Gravity Bind, Messenger of Peace. There were more answers then. So Gravity Bind and Messenger of Peace, those cards really weren't as powerful as they are now. Now they're dumb because cards like Harpy's Feather Duster and Heavy Storm, they don't exist. And if you did want to play a back row deck, you had to time things. Cards like Wabaku mattered. Starlight Road type cards mattered. Not that wasn't in that era. That was kind of in the middle era. But I think at the end of the day, the real issue is floodgates probably should all get hit to one, which at first I didn't agree with it, but now that I slowly start to see the impact of deck building, I understand where people are coming from. You shouldn't be able to, have to memorize combos, combo, and then someone just floodgates you out of something or prevents you from being able to do anything at all. It allows trap decks to compete, which is good. You do need that defense to be able to win the same way that an offensive deck can. Otherwise, we're just all playing combo decks to last 20 minutes, and that's just stupid. But we do have to have that middle ground, and I believe that is the middle ground. Now, the other side will say there's nothing wrong with floodgates. I think they're crazy, but there has to be a way that you can express that you can play defense, but your deck's engine, if you're literally leaning that hard over on floodgates, the deck's really just cancerous to the game, and it makes people not want to play the game. True Draco not so much. I don't know really what deck I'm talking about. Maybe Paleo. I'm a hater of Paleo, I guess, but I don't think Paleo could really keep up if they didn't have any kind of floodgate anywhere. It's a powerful deck. Don't get me wrong. Altergeist as well. I think Subterror can kind of roll without it. It doesn't need the floodgate, but it can use it to its advantage. But you again, getting back to, I'm kind of rambling, but getting back to the subject, it's either one or the other. And I would personally like to know everybody's opinion on this. because we will have probably a debate video going on with some of my other teammates and friends from around the Kansas City area. So make sure you stay tuned. Again, this is Greg Farley from the Wiseguys. I'm usually behind the camera, you know, but I'm usually video editing so much, and I want to put so much content out there that it's not about me. It's not about discussions with me. But it was fun to have a little nice discussion video. Leave your comments, suggestions, such and such down in the comments below. And as always, YG baby.